Good morning and welcome back to the channel. This will be the second video in my land series. In my first video, how not to operate your land, I gave an honest look at what I was doing and why I was doing it. And in this video we're going to try to start to increase the efficiency on my land. So let's jump in here and have a quick look, and I can show you where we're currently at and what the plans are for today. So as you can see here, I've land spread across 12 regions. Two of them, 12 and 18 here, are plots that are for sale at the moment. I bought plots in a lot of different regions in order to just try to figure out what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it before finally settling on buying the majority of my plots here in region 85. So since the last video, a good few more plots have come online. You can see now we have 43 plots currently active in region 85, and I've reduced the DEC allocation in a few regions like 69, 76 and 139 right down to 0 in order to try to maximize it here in 85 and get 85 running at 100% efficiency. I've gone ahead and I've claimed from all of my other regions and sent over what I could, what grain and what iron and stone I was able to get from those regions, and I've sent everything over to 85 in the hopes that I'll be able to harvest everything here in 85 without having to buy too much off the market. So that's my plan, is to do a full harvest here today, and then what I'd like to do is look at the efficiency on my rarest plots, namely the legendary plots and the 2 epic plots. I had a look through these earlier, and I can see that my legendary aura plot here could use a couple of replacement cards there, and my epic plots in particular, the grain plot here. Obviously when I first picked up this plot, I just threw whatever cards I had available at the time onto it. Earlier today I went on the market and I picked up a few gold foil epics from Chaos Legions, and they're going to replace a few of the cards on here. But obviously if I'm going to do any replacement or any changes of any cards, that's going to have an effect on the production value in this region. And before you want to do any changes like that, the first thing you want to do is to harvest everything. If you don't do this, once you make a change to the production power, the system will do a harvest for you, and if you're lacking any resources, you could potentially lose parts of your harvest or all of your harvest, depending on where your situation is. Now, we don't know if we're going to get all the way through this before running out of some stone, and I don't want to risk losing any of this research, any of this SPS or any of this aura, because I've run short of stone or I've run short of iron or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and we'll do these claims here real quick. Once we've got our claims done, then we can make the changes to our land and see where we're at then. Since the last land update as well, I've done some pack openings, and you'll see when we visit some of the lands, I've actually taken a few black foil cards that I opened, and I've already put them to work on land. A couple of black foil cards are not going to make a big enough difference in my modern deck at the moment, since most of my cards are fairly low level. I haven't opened enough cards, so a couple of black foil cards are not going to make a huge difference there. Alright, let's see what happens after we claim our SPS. So 353 SPS. The amount I'm producing of SPS has gone down because, again, I've converted some of the land from producing SPS back to producing grain or something else. Okay, we've run out of grain. We are short basically 15,000 grain. So we are just going to buy this bit of grain. The only reason I was anyway close to making that harvest without having to buy anything is because I had to make a claim on my castle plot a couple of days ago. I didn't realize when I made my first video, if you saw that, you probably remember me mentioning how I wanted to get my totem chance to go up to a 100% chance of getting a totem fragment. It didn't get there. It got to 58.8%, I believe it was, after it had gone unclaimed for a full week. And once my castle here, so once this gets to 1 week where it hasn't been claimed for a week, the chance for a totem doesn't continue to increase. So you can see here I last claimed this on the 28th of May. So when we get to 7 days after this date, the chance for a totem will not increase any further. So you need to claim your land every week. I thought I could let this continue going for a week and a half until this got to 100%. That's not how it works. So I think I probably had that running for an extra few hours, maybe even an extra day. So anyway, we're letting that continue to build. We're not going to make any further changes to our castle plot. I'm happy enough. These are all max gold foil cards, so from Chaos Legions, so I'm happy enough to just leave them there. So where I do want to make some changes, I'm going to sort these by rarity, is on my aura plot. I was coming through here earlier and I seen, so here's one of my black foil cards. She is producing a base value of 10,000 production, but you can see with all of the bonuses, thanks to the Rooney over here, the artifact, the land itself giving a huge bonus because it's a legendary land, she goes from 10,000 all the way up to 46,000. So when I was looking at this, I obviously noticed this fella's only producing 9,000 and his base production value is only 2,000. And then over here, the Regal Perryton has a base production value of 4,000. So I wanted to upgrade these. So I went on the market earlier and I picked up a couple of gold foil epics and I maxed them out. So you can see here we've got Grund and we've got Hunter Jarks. So, and their base production value will be 6,000 instead of 4 and instead of 2. And then with the land bonus, it'll go up. So you can see here, this is 4,400. They'll be 6,600. So we're going to put him in there. And you can see, look at that jump up. We're all the way up to 28,050. And then over here, we're going to put Hunter Jarks. And again, right up to 28,050. Now, because I've replaced cards that required 10,000 DEC with cards that also require 10,000 DEC, I've not required any more energy. What has gone up is the grain cost has gone up a little bit. So the grain cost per hour has gone up a bit, but the benefits of an extra 14 aura per hour is exactly what I want. I've got a huge increase in production, a huge increase in my aura, and an increase in grain that I'm happy to pay. So we'll go ahead and save those changes. The next change I'd like to make is I'd love to get a title in here, but that's not possible at the moment. So you can see here I'm confirming the changes here, and here it's telling me that it'll automatically trigger a harvest. I don't care if it goes ahead and triggers a harvest. If I lose fractions of whatever it is, I'll have to click that again. Yeah, I don't mind losing whatever fractions have been generated in the last couple of minutes. And there we go, that's the first change I wanted to make. Looking at our SPS one, I'm pretty sure I'm happy with this for the moment with regards to the workers. My internet's being a little bit slow, I think. Okay, pretty happy with all these workers except for this last worker. Do I have someone better? I think I only picked up 2 green legendaries as replacements. Okay, I could put the prismologist on, but I have plans for these guys elsewhere, so I think we'll come back to this. And an important one we have to make a big change to is my epic grain plot. You'll see here, whenever I got this plot, the best card I could put on it at the time was this Temporal Master. These other guys are not too great at all, so we're going to try to replace all 4 of these if we can. And on the market earlier today, I was able to pick up, we have a Temporal Master, 2 Prismologists, and a Dax Paragon. Now, what difference is that going to make? Okay, first of all, I'm going to have to add 48,000 DEC. That's going to be a slight issue, but I'm increasing my grain production by nearly 600 per hour, which is going to make a big difference to the efficiency in region 85 for me. So I'm going to go ahead and save those changes. If I remember correctly, I also have a rare totem not being properly utilized. Let's have a quick look on peak monsters here. Look at my cards or my land. See where my rare totems are. I have a rare totem on a piece of land with only 10,000 base production, so we need to remove that rare totem from there. You see yourself at times using peak monsters can be very beneficial for finding something that you need to find very, very quickly. I do generally like to make a lot of my changes in here though. So let's see if that totem has shown up. There it is. The production value on this plot now is close to 52,000. So 25% bonus to 50,000 is obviously going to be significantly better than where it was. And not only that, this is going to increase my output without increasing any of my costs, whether it's costs to feed the workers or cost on the regards the DEC that's staked to this region. Okay, I'm happy with those changes. It should make a significant difference to my grain production. And then the last one is to have a quick look at this stone plot, this epic stone plot. Again, there's one of the cards that I recently opened, a black foil card. That's only a common. So this black common is producing almost as much as a maxed gold foiled epic. So I think we're happy with this. Alright, so we can go back to our SPS. Now I think we're going to leave it at that there for today, because I've used, I think, all of the guys for here, haven't I? Yeah, I have nothing better to replace this guy with at this point. And we've got our max artifact on there, our rare artifact. Okay, so this is where we're leaving it then for today. Our production in grain has gone up now significantly, thanks to the increases to this epic plot. And my hourly production of aura has also gone up significantly, thanks to the changes we've made to this plot. The only thing I'm going to have to come back now and do is find some additional DEC. So I've got 10,000 at the moment. If I remember correctly, I I should have a little bit of DEC sitting over on Hive. Okay, so I have 10,000 DEC sitting on Hive. That's there because I bought a few cards today, as I said, and I bought them on the Monster Market. And while making purchases on Monster Market, you get rebated some of that. So in my market history, you can see here the Prismologist, the Temporal Masters. These are the prices that I was paying for them. I was trying to get a few max cards for around there's one there for $55. And by making a few of these purchases on Monster Market, I got some DEC back. So now we have 20,000 in game, and we shall go ahead and we shall stake that onto our land. So region 85. We can't quite get the maximum, so we'll put 20,000 on. And again, this is going to do a forced harvest of everything. Okay, so the next, I should be getting another 10,000 DEC into my account in the next few days, depending on what I purchase. I'm likely to purchase some more packs with this 597,000 credits. I put some more credits into my account specifically to buy some packs, but I got a bit carried away buying workers for land earlier. But I am looking to accumulate a few more legendary packs to hold on to for the wagons next month, and to hold on to open, I think, closer to the end of this run of releases, because obviously we're going to be selling legendary packs for 300 days after the official launch. I want to continue to accumulate legendary packs and open them towards the end once all the airdrops have come out. So that's what most of these credits are for. DEC I'm adding into my account every few days using this website. I'll give you a quick look at this actually. If you don't know about SPL Trader, I have $700 worth, 700,000 DEC in here, which is earning, as you can see here, a very high percentage return. A couple of days ago, I've only been here since the 18th. I gradually added more and more DEC. On this day, I earned a daily profit of 1,656 DEC. So I figure using this website, I'm just using the website for staking, and then they're using my stake then to buy and sell cards, and then they're sharing those profits with stakers like myself. You can also use this website yourself for buying and selling cards if you want to do that. I'm not interested in doing that just at the moment, because I don't want to give this website access to trading and spending my DEC when I'm trying to utilize it on land. But I am willing to stake a large amount of DEC here and use some of the profits every few days, bring it back into the game and use it on land. So I will eventually get this 4,530 DEC that I need to cap out region 85 in a few days. That's where it'll come from. So anyway, that's where I'm leaving it now. You can see here I'm producing half the grain that I require every hour, but I'm close to producing enough wood. I'm producing slightly more than half of the stone that I need, and I'm producing more than half of the iron that I need. This is a great improvement from where I was last week, but you can see I still have a ways to go to getting my land running efficiently and running correctly. There's another website I'll give you a quick look at here. splinterlands.streamlit.app. I did a search for myself earlier and I clicked on the region overview, and it's actually telling me that I am currently self-sufficient. I don't understand all of the metrics that they use, but I'm assuming that they're looking at all of my land across the different regions. I doubt they're taking into account the cost in transporting, so I may be able to produce grain here in Baxton, for example, but there's a cost to transporting that over to Region 85. So I doubt this is taking into account all of those kind of transportation fees. It says it's including taxes, including transfer fees. I'm going to have to spend a bit more time having a look at this website because it's very interesting. They seem to have a lot of data in here. And I thought it was interesting that you could search for yourself and find out how you're doing. So just something else maybe for you to take a look at, guys, as well. But that's where we're leaving it. I'm going to take a note of all of these metrics as well to see where I'm at right now and see where we're at in a couple of weeks' time. So guys, thanks very much for spending some time with me here. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate you hitting the like and subscribe button. Many thanks for watching, and sláinte.